The most important thing to speak Japanese naturally is the catch the feeling. 日本語を話すのに大事なのは感覚です。皆さんこんにちは、WIYO です。Hello everyone, this is WIYO。今日も動画をご覧いただきありがとうございます。今日も日本語について一緒に勉強していきましょう。この前も言いましたが、日本語に習得に一番大事なのは継続することです。モチベーション維持のためにこの動画を使っていただけたら嬉しいです。今日は日本人でもかなり難しい日本語の表現について学んでいきましょう。I am a Japanese person who has been living for 30 years, and I'm gonna speak from my personal perspective as pure Japanese. So I may be telling you something different from what is written in textbooks or formal text, but I believe that the most important thing to speak Japanese naturally is the catch the feeling. So I hope to help you to acquire a little bit Japanese sense. So let's get right to today's topics. 今日は何々はと何々がはとがの違いについて解説します。Today I'll explain the difference between 何々は and 何々が。However, the most Japanese probably cannot explain the difference between 何々は and 何々が。So it may not be necessary to understand it perfectly first, unless, of course, you will be master Japanese more perfectly than the Japanese do. Well, without further ado, let's get started with the explanation today. まず、何々はも何々がもどちらも助詞と呼ばれます。First of all, both は and が are called particles. 助詞。Incidentally, 女子じゃないですよ。助詞です。女子 means girls in Japanese, and 女子 means particles. 女子 and 助詞。This expression is one of the most difficult words in Japanese language. Joking aside, well, let's put aside the difficult parts. And you don't need to worry about particles and such grammar if you just want to speak. So, just studying is a bit boring and uninspiring, you know? So basically, you don't need to worry about it. And actually, almost Japanese don't care about it. And you basically don't need to care about particles and such grammar if you just want to speak. But it's just my personal perspective. And at any rate, both of the words that come after the subject. So hence, they are called particles. 助詞。まず、何々はについて見ていきましょう。First, let's focus on は。The difference between the two words is very unclear. But basically, は is used to indicate the topics or themes of the sentence. So without going into too much details, は is used in ordinary general sentence. So in casual daily conversation, this subject is omitted. I've already explained this many times before. 次にがを見ていきましょう。Next, let's focus on が。It is used to indicate the subject. For example, when someone asks, この弁当は誰が作ったの？この弁当は誰が作ったの？ And it's like saying your answer, 旦那が作ってくれたよ。旦那が作ってくれたよ。My husband made this lunchbox, for example. So in this sentence, the subject husband was indicated. And let's look at the difference between the two particles using non-actual example sentences. At first, 私は 昨日娘と映画に行きました。Second, 私が昨日娘と映画館に行きました。In English, I went to the cinema with my daughter yesterday. And the both of the line is the same in English. Then what is the difference? The sentences with wa in the upper part are common sentences that you see in daily life. So you can omit the subject. Or rather, in most cases, the Japanese don't use the subject in daily conversation. Or rather, in daily conversation, adding a subject sounds unnatural. For example, 昨日娘と映画に行ったんだよね。昨日娘と映画に行ったんだよね。I went to the movies with my daughter yesterday. In these cases, 私は is omitted, right? A casual way of expressing is like this. This expressing is okay and natural when you start to the conversation yourself. So this may be important. When you are speaking on your own, use this one. And the next is ga, which is often used when someone asks you. For example, if someone asks you, 昨日娘さんと映画に行ったのは誰? In English, who went to the movies with your daughter yesterday? And you answer,I did. 私が。The opponent asks you who? You answer I did. 私が。So you should use が for indicate the subject. Even when asked a question, you might use は. So this part might feel difficult for you, I guess. However, when in doubt, it's the best way to just answer the question as it is asked. And give you more example. あなたは昨日何してましたか? あなたは昨日何してましたか? What were you doing yesterday? In this sentence, you are being asked with は. So you answer with 私は。So, for example, 私は昨日ダンスバトルをしました。私は昨日ダンスバトルをしました。In English, I was in dance battles yesterday. I was in dancing battle yesterday. 今度は何々がの場合です。Now let's look at the case with が。彼の何がそんな嫌いだったの? 彼の何がそんなに嫌だったの? In English, what was the about him that you hated so much? Since it's 何が for him, you answer with が。For example, 彼のおならが臭すぎたの。彼のおならが臭すぎたの。彼のおならが臭すぎたの。In English, it was his farts that were too smelly. Kind of like this. Well, it's pretty difficult, right? So I'm sorry for bringing up such a challenging topic suddenly. But I hope you can get a feel for the difference between the two words は and が somehow. 今日も動画を見ていただいてありがとうございます。Thank you for watching my video today. ためになったと思ったらチャンネル登録、高評価よろしくお願いします。If you find this helpful, please subscribe to my channel and give me the thumbs up. あなたの応援が力になります。Your support が、give me strength. ではまた次回お会いしましょう。さよなら。See you in the next video. Bye bye.